my question, this leads me to my question of, is there some people that stay a while?
Stay where?
Is there some people that come back soon and some people that stay for decades as source?
Well, the thing about that question that makes it hard to answer in precisely the way you've asked it is that there's a flawed premise at the basis of it, and that is that your consciousness is the individual people that you know yourself to be. The best way that we can describe this is that as you or Esther is allowing the non-physical to flow through you, there is a blending of that which makes that, in other words, the consciousness that is known as Abraham is present within Esther many more times than when she's standing on a platform like this and allowing us to speak through her. In other words, Esther is an extension of that which Abraham is, but Abraham is much more than the extension that is known as Esther. And so often you are allowing this non-physical consciousness is an energy stream that is focalized in this manifestation that is you. Now we're really getting on to something here because we've been talking. Stay with us just a little bit because we'll answer your question and some deeper ones too. One of the things that we can feel you wanting to understand and that we are really wanting to convey to you in a way that you will get it and feel the resonance is that sometimes as we talk about you in your physical format and your inner being in non-physical format, we separate you in your own mind. Oh, there are two me's or two aspects of me, when what we're really wanting to do is help you to converge or to blend those two aspects. When we speak of non-physical, or even when we talk about the vortex, sometimes you take us to mean, while we don't mean it, that the vortex is something apart from my physical world, and that in order to really get into the vortex, I have to be otherworldly. So I have to sort of leave the physical trappings of work or family or things that bind me or bog me down. I have to sort of be less physical in order to be more non-physical. And that is not our message at all. We want you to be less physically resistant and negative so that you can allow more of a blending of the source who will participate with you fully in the manifestation here and now. So we want you to feel the manifestational aspects of this alignment. Even the fact that you are visiting with your mother is a manifestation of her consciousness, you see. And your focusing upon her brings her forward into your manifested experience. And it's really interesting to us because you're manifesting people around you all the time, but somehow it feels different when you're manifesting something from non-physical. As people have been listening to us for a number of years now, Abraham feels like a very valid manifestation. In fact, so manifested that sometimes Esther thinks she needs to wear a sign, Esther, Abraham, because we look a lot alike. to most people. Until you get to know both of us, and then you realize that there's more resistance in Esther's vibration than there is in Abraham's. We have no resistance in ours. Esther occasionally has some, and then you really know the difference, you see. So this allowing your mother to flow, is it unsettling to you to understand that your mother is consciousness in a different way of manifesting than those who have remained physically focused? That's really the question that we're
not at all.
So consciousness is free flowing.
It was as calm as I had ever seen my mother. It was simply just pure happiness and pure love.
The reason that we're poking around in this a little bit is because this is the piece that we really want you to find and feel. As you come into alignment, as you clearly do, in order to have this conversation, as you go into the vortex, which is what we talk about all day, every day, and will plenty today, as you go into the vortex and therefore you allow the vortex to train your vibration into a new frequency, meaning your tendency to move the chair is less than it was before because you've found a new vibrational stance about it. In other words, old patterns not dominating, new patterns taking over. So as you allow the vortex to train you into this higher frequency, then what happens is from your now more powerful connection, as you're approaching life, now the vortex is the basis of the attraction. So it's like we could say, although saying it this way is not quite as accurate, it's like now you're letting the vortex do the manifesting work. Now, of course, the vortex isn't doing the manifesting work. Law of attraction is causing the manifestation. Your vortex work causes you to align without resistance. Because you have aligned more and more consistently without resistance, now from inside the vortex, you're doing your manifesting. So what happens is alignment and then effect on manifestation. And the reason that we're sort of taking some time to lay this out for you is because we really, really, really want you to feel the powerful effect that you have on your own manifestations, but we want to couple it, and that's why your question is so brilliant. We almost want to jump into your lap as we're expressing it to you. The reason that your question was so brilliant is because you want to know how that consciousness blends. You want to know where that consciousness comes from. And we want to say to you, never mind the depth and breadth of it, because it's huge. It goes far past your mother and far past your mother's inner being, and in other words, the breadth and depth of this knowledge is all available to converge with you here and now, and then it is your own and you own it. In other words, this is what we meant earlier when we were saying all of that which is non-physical is coming forth into this powerful leading edge experience. And until you really accept and embrace that, then you don't do the powerful creating even when you want to, because you think someone outside of you or something inside of you but remote, like non-physical, is calling the shots. When we want you to understand you are still the creator of your own reality, with all of the resources that create worlds flowing through you at your fingertips. Helpful? Does it make you feel powerful? Does it make you want to tune to the vortex and then play with the manifestations? A lot of people, and we know you think this doesn't apply to you, and it really doesn't in the context of this specific question, but a lot of people are wanting a manifestation to change so that in their relief at the improved manifestation, it's then easier to get into the vortex. And we say that's really backwards approach to it, because what you really want to do is figure out how to release enough resistance just by using your power of focus enough to allow the vortex to bring you into its current, so that now from inside the vortex, now what you really want must manifest. Vortex first, then manifest. Vortex first, then manifest. Vortex first, then manifest.